Backstage once again here at Riff Fest with the guys from Pop Evil. Who's going to play the part of Lee?
I'm blonde.
Haley?
I can't.
There you go.
I'm out.
I don't know. I'm not going to do it.
That's a good question. I can't fill those shoes.
Wouldn't it be great if Lee just pulled up while we were talking?
While we were talking about him? maybe he'll just watch this later. Hi, Lee.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Hey, so first thing I got to talk to you guys about is all these bands that are on this bill today all are working on music. So how is things going along with you guys?
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
It's been our longest time in the studio ever. Usually our turnaround is about 3 months in the studio, and this time we've been working on it since like May. Really?
Yeah. You think it has something to do with the new drummer or something, or no?
New drummer?
I think so. Catch-up time.
It's her fault? No, but seriously, what's been so different this time?
We're just taking our time more. We're working with a different producer, and his approach is like he's very thorough with all the sounds and songs. Like instead of having some crazy digital samples, like if we have some weird effect we want to do, he'll make us sit down and do it organically with like tambourines and shakers and triangles,
dumpsters,
and actual
dumpsters,
yeah,
kitchen cabinets, you name it,
dumpsters and sampling weird stuff. So all those little things I think kind of improve the quality overall of like the album sonically, and I think it's time well spent, but it's just overall taking longer.
Now you got all these samples. How is that going to translate to the stage?
Haley's going to be doing a lot of them.
Yeah. New drummer, and there's also going to be a new drum world. There's going to be a total hybrid drum kit with triggers and lots of things going on. So yeah, it's exciting.
Like a Tommy Lee type thing.
Yeah, not quite. A little bit.
Yeah.
There's going to be a couple of like triggers on the kit, so I can change the sound of the snare and the kick, like. In a second.
Okay.
And then there's also going to be an SPD with all lots of electronics and loops and things that I'm setting off. So there's lots of kind of worlds that I'm going to be controlling, which is awesome. And to know that all those sounds, were made organically. And it was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to do that.
Yeah. The look on your face was priceless. She was like a kid in a candy store, just pounding on everything.
There was one day where I felt like I went around the entire studio, hit everything, shook everything. Like it was awesome.
That's cool. And you hit pretty hard because I told you guys, you guys have to sit on this side of me because I'm half deaf in one ear. And then when I saw you guys at the machine shop, you were on this side of me, and she hit so hard.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, oh my god.
You're about to go half deaf on the other side.
Right. Exactly. So talk about your time in Pop Evil so far.
It's been awesome. Like the run up to making the album was so busy, and that was only like about a year.
Right.
And these guys were on the road solidly for many years, and I think that's another reason for taking so long doing this album. It was just time for them to all step away and just sit and be a musician in the bedroom again and just play and create rather than being surrounded by the bus and the world.
Now, if I remember the conversation we had back in Flint, your dad's a bass player.
Yes,
yeah.
he
So
is.
Matt, you got to be on your toes when you're playing.
Oh, it made me so nervous the first time I met him. I told her that too. I'm like, I really don't want your dad to see me play live and see all my little mistakes and things like that. And she's like, he already sees everything. He watches all the videos.
He does.
What about the guitar players? What does he think about them?
My dad loves everybody in Pop Evil, so seriously, it's okay. It's okay. But he does. He has got a very good ear, and that keeps me on my toes too. And my older brother's a drummer, so I'm constantly.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it was great seeing you guys at the machine shop and now on a big stage like this. And the guys from Greta Van Fleet were just warming up. Of course, you guys are Michigan bands. Talk about the Michigan connections here and some of the bands that are coming up.
Dude, Greta Van Fleet seems like it came out of nowhere.
Right.
Young kids that just sound incredible.
Yeah.
Just mind-blowing.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to watch them live today, actually.
First time we've actually played with them, so this will be exciting.
But it's been cool, like growing up in the Michigan music scene. Like obviously we did, this scene more in our early days than anywhere else. We'd go from Grand Rapids to Lansing to Detroit, like way up to Sault Ste. Marie and stuff like that. And we built our following here first. It's really cool, and you get nods from other people in the music industry that have climbed the ranks here too. It's pretty cool.
What do you got, Dave? You gonna say something?
I'm deep in thought right now. I got no.
Thinking about my taxes.
Yeah.
What kind of guitar players did you listen to growing up in Michigan?
God, I listened to. Oh, dude, in Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Velvet George Metropolis from Reverend Nighttime, and I think he played for Kid way back in the day. I'm not even sure, but like he was one of the reasons that I got into playing like Les Paul guitars and actually going to like dirty hole in the wall music clubs and stuff. And I walked in and saw a skinny dude. He does Metropolis amps. You know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely.
No shirt on, big like Buka sunglasses and pink tails, and he was just doing some funk songs and just ripping a guitar. And I saw that, and right away I was like, I got to get a guitar.
Yeah.
So,
That kind of one of your inspirations then, yeah?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, it was like, the obvious, like SRV, Page, stuff like that. Eddie,
Yeah, I think the guys from Greta Van Fleet might be influenced by Jimmy Page a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
A little bit.
What about you, Nick?
Oh, man. I don't know. Actually, I think what got me started playing guitar was the G3 Guitar God tour. Was like, I think the first one I saw was Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, and John Petrucci.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome one.
So it was
way better than the one with Yngwie.
Oh, God.
I am the whole show. Nobody else in this room has talent.
I was just talking to somebody about Yngwie the other day, and they're like, they were kind of like, what a great player, but not good songs. I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
One of the fastest players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, there you go. So as far as the new record's concerned, do we have a date or anything like that? Or
February, I think. Probably
really?
A single by October, like Halloween time.
Really?
I think it's first single.
Yeah.
So.
I told I've known Matt for a while, and I told him before that the cool thing about Pop Evil to me is that all your songs sound so different than the others. You know what I'm saying? It's like every song sounds so different. Like you hear some bands, oh yeah, that's so and so, but it's like lately you guys seem to be just going all.
Everybody writes though.
Right.
That's why everybody in the band
is coming in. Yeah.
It's played in our favor, but also against us too. I mean, there's something to be said about when you turn on the radio, you hear a new Godsmack song, and before he even sings a note, it's Godsmack.
It's got that certain sound, yeah.
Having that sort of identity is pretty awesome, but having the flexibility for us, like we've never really had that, and I think we're starting to get to that point where you can hear a Pop Evil song and kind of know that it's us, but. We've had the flexibility to go tour with Five Finger Death Punch and then jump on a tour with Three Doors Down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool too. We can tailor our set lists a little differently for festivals or for theater shows and things like that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Well, now you guys are going to go strip down and do the acoustic thing. So for us,
we get to strip.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's a little chilly.
Been looking
outside,
forward to
so
this.
don't
No,
judge.
it's cold today.
there you go. Pop Evil -1 on WRIF. Where is Lee?
I don't know. He'll be here.